So this right here is my AYN Odin 3, and I know I said in the previous video that I love the Thor for its dual screen compact form factor, but wow, the AYN Odin 3 is like a Steam Deck OLED but shrunk in a size of a PS Vita of some sort. So let me tell you why I absolutely love this thing and why you should maybe get one for yourself. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The AYN Odin 3 is the best small widescreen handheld that you can buy right now. I'm genuinely impressed with the performance I'm getting out of this little handheld. And I say little because look at the difference between the Legion Go 2 and the Odin 3. Like, look at how massive the Legion Go 2 is. So the Odin 3 that I bought here is the max version. This comes with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, which is just a beast of a processor. It's about 30 to 40% faster in both CPU and GPU performance compared to the AYN Thor. And since this is the max version, this comes with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. Now, I know that there was an Ultra version when this first came out, and that packed 24 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. And honestly, I think I would have gone with that model if I had bought this way earlier, because 512 gigs of storage is so little when you want to install PC games on this thing. And we'll get to how this performs in just a little bit. Now, the display on the Odin 3 is a 6-inch 1080p display with 120Hz refresh rate. It's an AMOLED touchscreen display, so things are looking pretty crispy and vibrant on a small screen like this. And this also features Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and an 8,000 milliamp hour battery that can fast charge up to 60 watts, which I think is pretty awesome. Now, I have Android phones here in the studio that's just as powerful, if not more powerful than this device, but man, the build quality of this is just so good. It doesn't weigh a crazy amount, about 390 grams, which is less than a pound, so gaming on this for hours won't feel too uncomfortable, unlike the Legion Go 2. Now, if you do want a more comfortable way to game, you can pick up the optional TPU grip case. I don't have that on my Odin 3. I only have the TPU shell that came with my device, and it does a pretty good job by adding a bit of extra depth. And overall, it makes holding the device a little bit better. My hands aren't the biggest, but I definitely prefer having this TPU shell versus no case at all. Now, my Retroid Pocket 6 does have that extended grip that's similar to the TPU grip that I'm talking about for the Odin 3. And yeah, it'll definitely be a lot more comfortable to have a grip for longer gaming sessions, but it's gonna be less portable or not as compact compared to just the, TPU shell. Now, another thing that I did to my Odin 3 is add these silicone face button covers. These are actually for the Switch 1, and it came with an adhesive underneath. And yeah, I just slapped this on top of the face button so that I can get that Xbox style layout when I'm playing PC games. It's not perfect by any means, and I do still plan on replacing this with proper ABXY buttons, but these will do for now. Now, the buttons are slightly raised than before, but they're also less slippery because it's made out of silicone. Then the last thing I did was swap out the analog sticks from the OG dark gray color to this off-white lighter gray color sticks. And yeah, I definitely like this look more. It's not super different, but adds a nice touch to the overall aesthetics. Now, as for my front end of choice, and I did talk about this in my AYN Thor video, my go-to launcher right now is RetroRye. It's awesome for dual screen handheld that's pretty customizable, but it's just as good on a single display. Now, what I love about RetroRye is how user-friendly everything is. When you first download the app, you just gotta tell it where your main folders are for your games, and it'll handle all the importing and selection of your emulators installed on your device. It's super easy to get it all set up. The thing that'll take a while is actually to make everything look more cohesive and make it look the way you want it to look. Okay, so in terms of performance, the AYN Odin 3, like I keep saying, is just a beast. So when this device first came out like 6 months ago, a lot of the reviews that you may have watched said it's a great device, but has a hard time emulating a lot of the games because of the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip inside. There weren't a ton of driver support back then. Custom GPU drivers were almost non-existent. And fast forward 6 to 7 months later, we have quite a few custom GPU drivers that can take advantage of this chip. But also, emulators have been updated a ton since then, so playing Switch games or Steam games on here is not really a big problem anymore. Now, I wouldn't say games are running perfect all the time, but I'd say a good 85 to 90% of the games that I played recently have been running at 60 FPS constant and with very little to no stutters or graphical glitches. Like, I love playing Plumber Kart 8 Deluxe on here. Everything just runs so smoothly, and it's like playing on a Switch Lite, but with a much more powerful hardware. Now, another Switch game that I think runs way better on here than my Thor is Bad Breath of the Wilderness. If you've got the 60 FPS mod V5 5 installed on here, it takes this game to a whole different level that only the Switch 2 can give you. While everything's not perfect, emulating a Switch game on here at near 60 FPS constant is pretty wild to me. The difference in size of the Switch 2 to the Odin 3 is pretty stark as well. Now, some Switch games like LEGO Horizon will have graphical glitches every once in a while, but it also glitches out on the AYN Thor. So it really just depends on the game that you're playing and what emulator you're using. Hades 2, for example, on the Switch had so many bugs a month or so ago, but after all the new GPU updates and the recent Eden build, it kind of fixed itself in a way. Okay, now PC games that I have on Steam, on the other hand, is just an absolute beast on this handheld. I've been playing Sleeping Dogs all over again because GTA 6 is taking forever, and I just want a single player game to play, and this game is just so addicting. If you haven't played this game yet, it's almost always on sale for like $3 and it's totally worth the pickup. This game runs really well on this device at 720p normal settings. It's almost always at 60 FPS with no frame drops or stutters whatsoever. So this game on the Odin 3 is running perfectly. Final Fantasy VII Remake is also another game that I was very surprised works really well on this device. I'm running this at 720p low and I'm getting 60 FPS almost every time with occasional frame dips to 45 to 50 frames per second every once in a while. And then I also have a few games from the 2010s like BioShock 2 Remastered. That played great on here as well at 1080p medium settings. I'm able to get a constant 60 FPS, but you will really need to figure out what GPU drivers to use and what works best for that game. This was running terrible a couple of months back, and now it seems to be working much better. Now, I really wanted to showcase Forza Horizon 6 on this bad boy, but sadly it's such a new game that it's not able to boot up yet, and even then I doubt it'll be able to play this game at a playable frame rate. Even the Steam Deck OLED, as far as I'm aware, can't even run the game that well with decent graphics, so, you know, if you really want to play that game, you're better off playing that on a gaming PC or an Xbox. Now, while gaming on this bad boy is great and all, the only main concern that I have here on the Odin 3 are thermals and fan noise. Battery life is pretty decent if you're playing Switch games or older PC titles on GameHub or Game Native, but the thermals and fan noise on the Odin 3 is pretty loud. And if you want a fix for this, I'll put you guys on game here, and the easiest way to fix your thermals and have a quieter device and longer battery life is to download an app from GitHub called ClusterTune. This app has 3 custom profiles that are underclocked the 8 Elite chip in 3 different stages without affecting your FPS much. They're small, medium, and large underclock. The small and medium underclock is great if you're playing Switch titles or older AAA PC titles like BioShock or Sleeping Dogs. This won't really affect your performance as much, but will definitely make your CPU and GPU run a bit cooler, so fan noise won't be too distracting. But this will also help consume less power, which in return will save you some battery. And so yeah, from my experience, I'm able to extend my battery life by an extra 30 to 45 minutes with Sleeping Dogs on small underclock while still maintaining that 60 FPS. Same with Final Fantasy VII, I managed to lower the CPU and GPU temps, but also have the device consume a bit less power for longer playtime. So if you have the Odin 3 or even the AYN Thor, this will work right out of the box and will really help extend your battery life, but also have your device run a little bit cooler and consume less power overall. And so to wrap it all up for you guys, the Odin 3 is an incredible handheld that can run just as well as the Steam Deck OLED. The Steam Deck does still have the upper hand here with a ton more PC titles running with less glitches and better compatibility overall, but in terms of power, it's just a little bit more powerful than this 8 Elite chip. Now, there's definitely still some more work that needs to be done here for the Odin 3. I think we still need like 3 to 4 more months of GPU driver updates for the 8 Elite for this handheld to really shine like the AYN Thor. I think once those updates hit, or whenever we get more GPU drivers for the Odin 3, it'll be the perfect sized on-the-go gaming handheld for just about everyone. Now, I know prices have gone up for the Odin 3 recently as well, and I would really discourage you to not buy from scalpers or resellers on eBay just so you can get your hands on one earlier. Paying $800 to $950 for an Odin 3 is ridiculous. But if you can wait a couple months and buy directly from AYN at retail, I think that'll be your best bet. And so I think as the months go by and more people get their hands on this device, I think the Odin 3 is going to be a really popular handheld by the end of the year. If you're looking for a small handheld that has some serious power and want to play PC games on the go and you don't really want that big bulky Steam Deck, I would definitely recommend this one. But if all you're looking for is to emulate older PS2, PS1, and Switch games, then I would look into this littler guy, the Retroid Pocket 6. It's running the same processor as the AYN Thor, and it's a lot cheaper than these two handhelds, at least for now. Now, if you guys haven't watched my AYN Thor video just yet and how I got mine all set up and what I love about this little thing, I'll leave that video linked in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.